Landscape of the Soul by Nathalie Troveroy. Nathalie Troveroy, wife of the Belgian ambassador to India, is an art historian. Recently, she and her friend Agnes Montandri translated William Dalrym's masterpiece on Delhi, City of the Jinns, in pictures. Landscape is an expanse of scenery that can be seen in a single view. Landscape painting, also known as landscape art, is the depiction of landscapes in art, natural scenery such as mountains, valleys, trees, rivers, and forests, especially where the main subject is a wide view with its elements arranged into a coherent composition. Sky is almost always included in the view, and weather is often an element of the composition. What is an anecdote? An anecdote is a short and amusing or interesting story about a real incident or a person. You probably use anecdotes every single day when you are talking to your friends or family. Integrating anecdotes in your writing helps to engage the reader. Shanshui, Yang, which means mountains, reaching vertically towards heaven, stable, warm, and dry in the sun. Yin, which means water, horizontal and resting on the earth, fluid, moist, and cool. This concept is expressed as Shanshui, literally mountain water, which used to together represent the world landscape. More than two elements of an image, these represent two complementary poles reflecting the Taoist view of the universe. Some of the common associations with Yang and Yin respectively are male and female, light and dark, active and passive, motion and stillness. The Yin and Yang symbol represents the philosophy of balance, where two opposites coexist in harmony and are able to transmute into each other. In the Yin-Yang symbol, there is a dot of Yin in Yang and a dot of Yang in Yin. This symbolizes the interconnectedness of the opposite forces. Therefore, the independent principles of Yin and Yang are actually dependent on one another for each other's distinguishable existence. Difference between Chinese and European art. A classical Chinese landscape is not meant to reproduce an actual view, while the European landscape depicts delicate realism. The Chinese painter does not choose a single viewpoint, while the European landscape depicts a perfect illusionistic likeness. His landscape is not a real one, and you can enter it from any point, then travel in it. The artist creates a path for your eyes to travel up and down the back again in a leisurely movement. The European landscape painting is a figurative painting. The Chinese painter does not want you to borrow his eyes. He wants you to enter his mind. The landscape is an inner one, a spiritual and a conceptual space. While the European painter wants you to borrow his eyes and look at a particular landscape exactly as he saw it from a specific angle. Naik Chand Saini, 15 December 1924 to 12 June 2015, was a self-taught Indian artist known for building the Rock Garden of Chandigarh, an 18-acre sculpture garden in the city of Chandigarh. The nature of Naik Chand's contribution to art. All the stones have a soul. They are alive. The stones are like gods and goddesses. There is life in them. Naik Chand. Anything and everything from a tin to a sink to a broken down car could be a material for a work of art. Materials used in the construction of the rock garden range from concrete and steel drums to light switches, broken bathroom sinks, terracotta scrap, and bicycle frames. Highlights include a legion of dancing girls made from broken glass bangles and a graceful arcade of towering arcs with dangling rope swings. Getting inside outsider art. Outsider art is art by self-taught or naive art makers. Typically, those labeled as outsider artists have little or no contact with the mainstream art world or art institutions. In many cases, their work is discovered only after their deaths. Art brut, literally translated from French, means raw art. Raw in that it has not been through the cooking process. The world of art schools, galleries, museums. The Rock Garden of Chandigarh. The Rock Garden of Chandigarh is a sculpture garden in Chandigarh, India. It is also known as Nek Chand's rock garden after its founder Nek Chand Saini, a government official who started the garden secretly in his spare time in 1957. Today, it is spread over an area of 40 acres. It is completely built of industrial and home waste and discarded items. Francois Cheng, born on 30 August 1929 in Nanchang, Jiangxi, is a Chinese-born French academician, writer, poet, and calligrapher. He is the author of essays, novels, collections of poetry, and books on an art written in the French language. Man is, in Francois Cheng's wonderful expression, the eye of the landscape. Man is in the middle of nature and exchanges with her. Man is the center of life. The entire creation plan is incomplete without him. Man plays a key role in linking heaven and earth. He is the channel of communication between both the worlds, as human body is incomplete without the eye. So the entire creation is incomplete without man. Hence, he is the eye of the landscape. Summary of Landscape of the Soul. Chapter Landscape of the Soul by Nathalie Troveroy is about art. The first part deals with the art of painting. There is mention of two stories in it. The first story is about Wu Daozi, a famous Chinese painter who lived in the 18th century. He was a master painter and had been commissioned by the Tang Emperor Zhuangzong to decorate a palace wall. He made a beautiful painting with high mountains, forest, waterfall, clouds floating in clear, big blue sky, men walking and working on hilly paths, birds in flight, and a cave situated at the foot of the mountain, where dwelt a spirit. As the painter was showing the painting to the emperor, he clapped hands. The entrance to the cave opened. The painter got in. The painting vanished, and Wu Daozi never came out. The disappearance of the painting from the wall signifies the knowledge of the spiritual inner world. Only the masters know the way. In another famous story, a famous Chinese painter refused to draw the eye of a dragon he had painted, for he feared it would fly out of the painting. The third story in the first part is about Antwerp. A master blacksmith called Quentin Matsys fell in love with the painter's daughter. The father would not accept a son-in-law in such a profession. However, Antwerp had to accept Quentin Matsys as his son-in-law because he painted a fly on his panel with such delicate realism that it looked real one. The author also talks about Chinese philosophy, Shan Shui, which means mountain water. The mountain represents Yang, the male principle, and the water signifies Yin, the female principle. In the second part, the author writes about the concept of art blood, which means the art of those who have no right to be artists as they have received no formal training. Yet, they show talent and artistic insight. They are artists who think out of the box. Their works are totally different from those of their predecessors. In simple terminology, this art can be called unorthodox art. In this section, the author talks about Nek Chand's creations. His creation of rock garden at Chandigarh is an expression of art blood. Pranayam. Pranayam is the practice of breath control in yoga. In modern yoga as exercise, it consists of synchronizing the breath with movements between asanas, but is also a distinct breathing exercise on its own, usually practiced after asanas. In texts like the Bhagavad Gita and the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali and later in Hatha Yoga text, it meant the complete cessation of breathing. Conclusion of Landscape to the Soul. To sum up Landscape to Soul summary, we learn that art is an infinite form which has a rich history and it cannot fit inside any certain box or label. It has a life of its own. Thank you.